So we're logging into FileFlow and we're looking at our user task list. The first thing we're going to do is just sort that task list and pull up Victoria's Secret, where we have 3 jobs that are running. These will work well in terms of looking at what's going on with the workflow and the assets that are in the virtual job bag. We've got these 3 that are color corrected so that they line up with one another. We've got the detail around the job information, and of course the workflow that this job is running through, and we see that it's at prepare job. The purpose of today's demo is to take a look at the integration with Vproof. If we open up just the job bag, we can see that we have a new icon here, which is upload attachment to Wiki Solutions Proofing. We're going to upload these 3. So we're going to select these 3 files, and we're going to go ahead and upload those to Vproof. Now we have several modes that we can launch right away. So we could go into a single page book, different kinds of modes, if you will. We're going to go into the compare mode, and we're going to use the advanced functions. So we'll use annotate, and we'll go ahead and launch the proof. Here we see the images coming up, and we have the ability to compare the images, and in this case we're toggling automatically between the 2, and obviously it's the same girl, and we're seeing that we have some differences. If we take the 3rd girl and we say show her on the right, then we'll load the right hand image, and now we will see the difference between the 2 files. We can go ahead and say show me just the differences only. There's some color correction differences and the relative difference, which basically gives you a sense of where to really look to see a change in the files. Now of course there's a lot of other proofing tools within the Vproof solution. One of the most important would be the zoom capability and the ability to move in on the file and be able to take precise measurements, both in terms of rulers and distances, as well as color separation densities and so forth. If this were a fully color separated file, we would actually see all the Pantone colors associated with it. However, this is an RGB file off the web. So there you have kind of a quick look at what's happening in terms of the integration. If we were to create a comment on this file and just say, let's come in here and create a comment in this area and say clean up the flyaway hair, and add that comment, we would see that that comment will come up, date and time stamped. It's a log, it's an annotation relative to the file. This information will move back to SmartFlo so that we know that the file has been annotated, and we can also know what the status is on the file. We could set the approval for the file and log in information about what status it's at, whether it's in progress, approved, or approved with changes, or we're requesting changes. So we're requesting some changes, and just see comments, and say we're done. And so when we come back and look at the files, we'll see that we have a comment associated with the file, and we have a status underneath the file that indicates that it's pending. So it's a real simple interface. One can launch single files, of course, by just clicking on the file itself, or now that we have this multi-file capability, we can select multiple files, click on them, and have the ability to select the mode that we want to work in. If we say that we just want a view-only mode and we're going to launch it in a single page format, so there you have the latest update on the Vproof SmartFlo integration.